Have you ever stopped to think about what connects those incredibly lifelike robots in animated movies to the AI tools that are, completely changing our world? Well, it's a relationship that's way deeper and, honestly, more surprising than you might think. So let's get into it and really unravel the connection between automation and artificial intelligence.
Okay, so let's just start with this big, kind of weird question. What in the world do animated characters have in common with complex financial forecasting? It sounds like a riddle, right? But the answer? The answer gets to the very heart of how modern AI actually works. It's a fascinating link, and we are going to break it all down.
All right, first things first, we've got to build a solid foundation here. Because before we can even begin to talk about AI, we have to start with the concept that everything is built on: simple automation.
So, what exactly is automation? Well, at its core, it's really just a machine that can follow a preset list of instructions without a person needing to guide it every single second. Think of a classic car assembly line. That's automation in its purest form.
But here's the part that really matters. It's not just about a machine mindlessly following a script. The magic word here is independence, the ability to run through those instructions all by itself once you hit go. That's the key to the whole thing.
Okay, so let's move away from the textbook definition and look at some examples you'll definitely recognize. We're going to see how this idea of automation pops up absolutely everywhere, from our favorite movies to the tools we're using every single day.
And this really bridges fiction and reality in a cool way. I mean, look on the left. You've got a character like Wall-E. He's programmed with a simple set of instructions: find trash, compact it, stack it. Now look on the right. We have real-world tools that are doing the same fundamental thing, just with data. ChatGPT follows instructions to process language. Forecasting models follow instructions to analyze the market. At the end of the day, they're all automated systems, just on wildly different levels of complexity.
And speaking of the real world, all the big names you hear about, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Grok, all of them, are at their core incredibly advanced automated systems. They seem like they have minds of their own, right? Responding to us with this amazing sophistication. But let's be really clear about where we are right now. As powerful as these AIs are, they don't have true autonomy. They can't just decide to take control of their own actions like a person can. And that's a really important line in the sand, one that a lot of people are working very hard to cross.
Okay, so now we get to the heart of it. We know what automation is, and we've seen it out in the wild. Now let's connect the dots and see how this basic idea explodes into the artificial intelligence we know. This is where it all clicks together.
So what is it? What's the secret sauce? What is that special spark that takes a machine from just following orders to something that actually seems to think? What turns basic automation into what we call AI?
It's basically a three-step dance. Step 1, an AI is given a task, like write a poem. Step 2, it's fed a truly massive amount of relevant data. I'm talking thousands, millions of examples of poetry. But the real magic? That happens in Step 3. It uses all that data to create its own set of rules, its own instructions, its own algorithms for how to get the job done.
And that phrase right there, making algorithms and instructions on its own, that says it all. The AI isn't just following a recipe that a human programmed into it, it's actually writing the recipe itself as it goes. That is the leap. That's what separates simple automation from intelligence.
And that ability, that capacity for self-instruction, that is the absolute bedrock of modern AI. It's the engine that powers everything from the chatbot on your phone to those crazy complex stock market analytics. So, we've talked about the what and the how, but what about the why? I mean, why are we pushing so hard to advance this technology? Well, the ultimate goal is actually something very human.
See, behind all the billions of dollars being poured into this technology is a pretty specific philosophy. The goal here isn't just to build smarter machines. The stated goal is to build tools that can handle all the tedious, repetitive work, freeing us up to focus on the things that really matter.
And here's what that division of labor could look like. The big vision is that AI and automation take over the grunt work. The boring, repetitive tasks that drain our energy but don't really spark our passion.
And how does it do this? Well, by watching us. It observes and learns from average human behavior. It finds the patterns in our work and learns how to replicate all the routine parts, basically saying, hey, let me take that off your plate.
And that leads to this really optimistic takeaway. Imagine an architect who doesn't have to draft basic floor plans anymore, so she can dream up entirely new kinds of buildings. Or a scientist who doesn't have to do routine data entry and can just focus on that breakthrough discovery. That's the vision.
So that leaves us with this one final massive question to think about. In a future where automation really does handle all the routine stuff, freeing up our time and our brain power, what will we as a species choose to do with all that freedom? What will we create next?